John Javorjak. Let's talk about Red Hat and where you fit into this capability. You started way back in the day with some straight up, container type of capabilities, and boy, you all got here just in time as well. Give us a state as to
Sure.
where you all sit in this ecosystem.
Great. Yeah, I love Gray's comments because a lot of what everyone's looking at right now is how to be more efficient, how to understand data faster, how to get to the right data, how to exploit that data. So a couple of things we're doing that I'll mention. One is a technique that is developed in the open source community. It's called virtual LLM or VLLM, something you can look up, worth looking up. And this is an efficient way. It's an inference server that speeds up the output of generative AI applications and makes better use of GPU memory. So this is the big thing. Like we're talking about on chip, on float rather, implementations. You want to be able to run on lower end computers, potentially edge devices. You want to be able to do this in a more efficient way with less GPU, less CPU. This is a great example of the kinds of technologies that we're seeing in the open source community, which is just blowing it away with great techniques. We've seen up to 24 times faster inference using this technique. We're able to use fewer GPUs, and we're able to handle more simultaneous requests from users on much smaller hardware. So this is something you're going to see more of. You're going to see this over the next several years, like just the open source community just coming up with these brilliant ideas. Another thing I'll probably talk about a little bit later too is we're working with small language models, so large LLMs that are much smaller, that are tuned for customers with customer data, and we're seeing also using these techniques the ability to again work on a much smaller footprint inside network boundaries, inside security boundaries, and getting a lot of the same responsiveness that you see with large language models, but in a sovereign environment. So those are two areas of many that are going on in the open source community, which we're happy to bring to the table to our government customers.